Guys, you clearly love Thanos, so I have to do what I have to do, and I'm going to swap him over to a PvP build in this video. We're just going to unequip this CTP and slap back on the Brilliant Authority. I also have a Brilliant Egg that I could try, but let's start with the Brilliant Authority because that's what we had on him before. And we're going to just go ahead and take him to PvP at level 80, and then we're going to tier 4 him. I got this yesterday from opening a story mode chest, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to tier 4 him. We're going to try him at level 80 right now. We're going to see how that goes for him, and then we're going to tier 4 him. All right, here we go at level 80. We're going to test him out versus the top 5. We're just going to do the top 5 players in Vibranium. I don't know if this is going to last very long. Okay, the authority there saved me from dying. Very cool. Very cool. Getting guard broken. Okay, yeah. Definitely not enough HP, even with over 100. Like, look at this, over 100 against Gene specifically, right? With this team up, he has over 100. Well, not over 100, but 91% fire resistance. Absolutely mental, nutty resists. Not enough, even especially with the stuff that Shuri gives him as well on top of that versus villains. Pretty crazy. Let's see what he does here against the rank 2. Again, we're fighting against tier 4 Thanos, which is kind of stupid to test a level 80 Thanos because obviously tier 4 is going to be better, but who knows? Okay, wow, that's not really a good sign that my Thanos one-shotted a tier 4 Thanos. That means that my Thanos could be one-shot by a level 80 tier 3 Thanos, but it's also good that he has enough damage to one-shot, if that makes sense. He also one-shotted Gore. Didn't one-shot him through the authority there. The authority did proc. But you can see that the super armor helps a lot. I get a lot more hits off, but he still dies to Spidey. So he seems pretty good, but I think it still supports the idea that this uniform is definitely made more for PvE. I would say he's probably like a 60% PvE character and only a 40% PvP character, whereas Jean is pretty much 50-50 in the sense that she's so good for both that you have actually a hard time deciding which one to go ahead and use them on. I think for Thanos, it's a little bit easier to argue, you know, PvE. Wow, got the kill there. This Gene doesn't seem to have a defensive build, though. Wow. So Thanos, in kind of an annoying twist, Thanos has enough damage to basically one-shot almost any character, it looks like. But he doesn't really have the survivability. He kind of feels like Spider-Man in a way. You know, 4th skill with priority that has iframe ignore, and that seems to one-tap a lot of enemies. And then not much else. You know? He doesn't have the defense. Like, he has some of the defensive layers. He has different defensive layers than Spidey. Spidey relies on dodge, right? A lot of dodge, so you need to have a high-level artifact. Yeah, we just got toasted there. Whereas Thanos has a lot of damage reduction, has a lot of healing. But he sort of just feels like Spider-Man by another name. And I'm not really a fan of these kinds of characters for PvP, which is also why I didn't tier 4 Spider-Man, because I don't like these sort of high-risk, high-reward type of characters who can do well, but also rely on a 6 battles in, and I'm not really impressed with Thanos. And this is with a mighty authority. Keep that in mind. This is with a very high-end PvP build for him. With the artifact, with 4 Odin's Blessings of heal, right? You can't really get much better than this, besides, of course, tier 4ing him. We will tier 4 him. He will get stronger for sure. As far as the CTP goes, however, for PvP, I don't really see a good argument for anything besides authority, because he clearly needs it. Like, he clearly needs that buffer in order to survive these huge bursts of damage, and sometimes he doesn't even survive them, right? So authority really is the only one providing him with that. Regen would get chewed through so fast. You know, he just doesn't have a high enough HP pool like Hulk to make use of a regen on that level. And even Hulk is now being transitioned. I lost a Gore. That's pretty embarrassing. Even Hulk, for some players, is being transitioned over to a refinement because of the extra healing. So, yeah, I don't really see, you know, he doesn't have the healing like Hulk, and he doesn't have the HP. I don't see anything other than an authority working, but now is the big moment. Oh my god. Am I gonna come to regret this? Okay. Let's go ahead and level up his skills first. It takes 310 instead of 250, so it's an extra 60 life seed per skill, which calculates to an extra 300 because you multiply the 60 by 5. So an extra 300 life seed to max out all of the skills. Now we're going to go ahead and take a quick little snapshot of his gear levels. We have 11,277 carbo, and we have 9,916 Soul of the Faltine. And for those of you wondering, why do I have more carbo than Soul of the Faltine? It's because I don't have the boost point sub anymore, and I have been missing GBR from time to time. I haven't been extracting 150 every single day. Wow. That first gear, super cheap. Super cheap on the first gear. The first gear cost me less than 1,000 carbo. Okay, if we can, oh my god, if we get lucky on this one, but boys, I don't think this is gonna cost us like 5k. Oh my god. 2 on the last roll? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, boys. It's only cost me 2,000 carbo for the first 2 gears. What the fuck? That's insane. Okay, it's definitely not going to end up costing me 4,000 carbo. Like, I know this is going to cost me like at least 6,000, but if we can dodge, oh my god, 11. Oh my god, thank you. This was the day, boys. This was the day to tier 4 Thanos. Let's go. Oh my god. So many single digit rolls. 9, 1, 8. 18 is fine. I don't care. 21 is fine, boys. We did it. I don't think we had a single roll over 21. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. We just got the deepest dick discount I've ever seen on a native tier 2, tier 4. Holy shit. We started with 11277 and we're at 6688. It only cost me 4,500 carbo for the gears. 4,500. I know you hate me right now, but please let me enjoy this moment. Guys, just to put this into perspective for you, I'm pretty sure Iron Man cost more for the gears than Thanos just cost me. Iron Man cost more than Thanos. Thanos is a native tier 2. Holy shit. Unfortunately, I do have to put a little PSA. I got really lucky. Okay, so if you're watching if you're watching this video and you're thinking, "Oh, I'm going to go tier 4 my Thanos right now because he only costs 4,500 carbo." That's not the case. Okay, I got very, very lucky. I think the average is like 6,000 carbo for Gene and Thanos. So I just saved almost 1,500 carbonadium. That's 10 days of farming. That's at least 10 days of farming. Holy shit, bro. I just saved like, holy crap, bro. That's crazy. That's nuts, bro. That's absolutely nuts. Let's go, Thanos. It's snapping time, baby. I wish they had a better animation for the tier 4. But I'm so hyped because that means that I have enough resources now. Holy. So he gains 13,000 HP and he gains 14,000 attack. And then he gains about 3,500 on each of the defenses. That's not bad. Eternal Conqueror. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Bro, this is one of the best feelings in the game, is not getting ripped off. It's a very specific, not getting ripped off on your tier 4s. And it's a very rare feeling because you often do get ripped off on your tier 4s. So he gets an 18% buff. I don't have anyone actually 16 and 26 versus 18 and 28. Oh, and it climbs up to 48 versus 54. Okay, I don't have anyone that can give him the full max value. Magneto would be if I had him tier 4. But yeah, there we go. We are now rank. Wow, we're only ranked 259. And that's with a brilliant. Holy. Okay, so we're going to spend the rest of the video going back now. Ooh, we get to collect our 200 TCP. Okay, we're going to go back now and test him out. Basically, exactly the same scenario. Now, this is not necessarily the way that you wouldn't play Thanos with double support like this. But we're trying to not only highlight how good he is on his own, but also to highlight how much of a jump you can expect to see from him from tier 3 to tier 4. So if he's still getting one-shotted, which he just took a lot of damage there, it doesn't bode well for him. Yeah. However, this doesn't illustrate how good he is for PvE. And remember, with PvE, with his tier 4, he gets that skill that does damage, right? So that's that tier 4 skill doing damage adds a lot of value that you oftentimes won't see at all illustrated in PvP because he doesn't survive long enough. Like, you know, he either kills them all before he builds up his tier 4, or he unfortunately, wow, he died to the residual. That's crazy. Or he dies before he gets the tier 4 charge up. 1 in 1 million odds. I just did the math, ladies and gentlemen. That was under a 1 in 1 million chance for me to get that lucky on Thanos. I'm memeing, but it seriously feels like I won the lottery. That's crazy, bro. Not for PvP though. For PvP, like this is what I mean. See, he one shots, but then he doesn't really have the survivability. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe the vitality CTP would be enough. I don't know. Maybe it would be. He's gonna get killed to Spidey here. Yeah. Doesn't really have what it takes. But I think he would do very well in a team, like in a full team, right? In a full team, I think he could do very, very well. And the reason why I think he could do very well in a full team is because he brings enough damage and survivability, like his overall value. Like here, he's being tasked, as you can see here, he's being tasked with taking down the whole team, right? He's got to kill Gore twice, then he's got to kill Ancient One, and then he's got to kill Jean twice. Now, you could argue that maybe he doesn't have he's not going to have as much power to kill these characters or survive. But even with Ancient One, he can't survive Jean, right? Jean still does so much damage, even with 91%. He killed this team at tier 3, to be fair. So this should not, this shouldn't be different at tier 4. Wow, that's embarrassing. Not trying to make Thanos look bad here, but I just want to illustrate this for the purposes of players who are thinking, you know, hey, I'm going to tier 4 Thanos, and he's going to be like Jean for me, right? I'm going to give him one build, and he's going to be able to dominate all the content. Even with a pure PvP build, he clearly can't dominate PvP, and certainly not with the consistency of Jean. Now, most of that comes down to the fact that Jean has effects that Thanos doesn't have access to. Mainly, it's the revive. Like, it's a huge chunk of what makes Jean so good. If you take the revive off of Jean, I don't think she's the best PvP character anymore, right? It might actually be Gore because of the revive. Having to kill a character twice is just... it's incalculable how good that is. But then she also has Reflect. She also has an HP based healing that goes up with the more damage she takes. So if you get her down to 1% after she's popped the third skill, she's back up at 100 very quickly. Plus she has like super guard break on every skill, time freezing, all this shit. Yeah, I don't know. This is not really impressive to me. So I'm gonna sort of walk away from the PvP side of things. I'm going to go ahead and test him now on that stage that we did, that 34. I want to see if at tier 4, I want to see right now. We're not going to cut. I want to see if he can do this. And I want to see what his tier 4 skill looks like the buff, because I love the animations. Okay, 2.5 bars of damage. Not too good. You literally can't die, though, which is really cool. Okay, we don't have to worry too much about... there's no proc, right? So we're just sort of hammering everything out here. But he's doing pretty well. Don't think we're going to be able to skip... we can just tank through everything, though. Which is sick. So, again, sort of like Hulk. Sort of like a stronger version of Hulk, potentially. Where you can give him a PvP build and... he can still do well in PvE. I think that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from Thanos right now. And that still pops off, eh? That still pops off. Wow. You know what? Maybe I could have done that. Wow, that still pops the fuck off, eh? That was sick. Yeah, I think passing the proc from the tier 3 onto the 4th skill, that really makes, you know, that really churns the butter. So let's go ahead and get rid of these guys here. I'm going to pop just the tier 4 to see how much damage it does by itself. I don't see the tier 4 ticking. Is it attached to his skills? Did my game almost just crash? What the hell was that? Yeah, I don't know. Like with Magneto and Professor X, you can tell like the tier 4 skill leaves a lingering thing under them. And with Blue Dragon, there's lightning coming down. With Thanos, I just see like an aura, but I was standing there and it wasn't doing any damage to the mobs. Is it tied to a skill? Does he have to do a skill to trigger the tier 4? That's really stupid if that's the case. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. He's gonna dash twice. Can tank all this. Can tank all this. Like, I simultaneously want to test the tier 4, but want to just finish this as fast as possible to get an idea of you know, how good he is. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused with not bad. 238. Not bad. Not bad. This is about as fast as he was. So level 80 pre-buff with a CTP of energy is the same speed as tier 4 post-buff with no CTP. So it goes to show you how good that buff was. That buff was really good, man. So yeah, I'm gonna swap him back to a PvE build. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button. Tier 4 Thanos, baby. Bye bye. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.